Hello, I am now live.
Honey,
Yes.
I'm going to Salem Hospital to pick up a prescription for Montgomery.
Okay, I'm live on Facebook. Sorry about the slight interruption there. It is great to be on here. Hopefully, somebody is out there in Facebook land watching and seeing me pop up with a live. If so, jump in here with me. It's time for another Ask the Coach. You never know when I'm going to pop up with one of these things. Tonight is a very interesting question. So, what I do in Ask the Coach is I take the questions that people ask me when they join my group in here or otherwise and try to answer them in a live video so that anybody else that might have the same question could also benefit from the answer. And this one, I'm going to literally be doing conscious streaming. You know what I mean? Like, just, I have not prepared anything. This is just going to be just off the top of my head and what I'm feeling in my heart from this one, because I think for any woman in here who is also an entrepreneur, listen up, because I think this one is going to probably speak to all of us. We have all struggled with this very thing. If you're not struggling now, you probably did in the beginning. I know I did. All right. So, the question is, how do I find my thing? How do I find my platform, that thing from which I can grow my business? Isn't that what we all really need? And I have to be completely honest and say, and you may not want to hear this answer, but it's a journey. This is not, at least it has been for me. I know some people jump right into business because they already have their thing, and maybe they're jumping into a business doing something they've been doing for 30 years in their career, and now they're just switching over to doing that as a business owner. But for most of us, this is not as easy as you might think it would be, and it takes time. It's a journey. There are two sides to the coin in finding that thing that you're passionate about, and that thing that will actually help you build a business. And I like how this person wrote it as a platform. It's a foundational thing. And I often talk about platform, especially for coaches or that kind of a business that's service oriented, that you're actually building a platform that your business is launching from. And it is not just about one thing. When I was learning to be a coach, I thought, and most coaches think this, that your business is about your coaching, right? Because that's what you do. But it's not. Coaching is what you do in your business, but your business is about a whole lot more than just the coaching. It's a platform that you are building that encompasses the coaching as well as other things. And you get to make it however you want it to be. I like to teach, so I'm incorporating courses and things like that so that I can impart information and teach skills and things like that. And then I do the coaching one-on-one usually, or sometimes in a group, which is a different hat that I wear. But my business is not just the coaching. It's about everything that I'm doing. The speaking, my book that I just wrote that's coming out in January, my courses that I create, my events that I create, group programs, speaking, all these different pieces are part of this platform from which I stand and grow my business. Now, when I first started out, I didn't just arrive at this. It was piece after piece after piece, sort of like, little kids playing with Legos and they're building something. I've been building this one piece at a time, and I'm still building it. So if you can think about this question in that way, if you are starting a business or you're pretty new at it and you're feeling kind of like, I don't have a foundation, I don't know what I'm all about, I don't know what my thing is, don't worry. just relax and don't stress about it, because that's keeping you from tapping into knowing what your thing is, honestly. Relax and know that you're normal, and all of this is just a part of the process of putting those pieces together to build your business. So the two sides are, number one is your thing. Like this writer said, my thing. Like, what's your passion? What lights you up, fires you up, gets you going, that you just love doing so much that you could do it hours and hours on end and never get tired of it. Now, a lot of times people will say, yeah, but the thing that really lights me up, I could never make money. I couldn't figure out how to make an income from that. So throw that thought away right now and just tune into that thing that lights you up, because I guarantee you there's a way to make an income out of it if it's truly a passion of your heart. It may not look the way you think it looks, but there is a way. Never say I can't. Ask yourself, what do I want? And then how can I make that happen? What steps do I have to take to make that happen? Don't allow yourself to think I can't, because I could never make money doing that, or I have to make a living, and I have to stay with my job because that makes sense. And you may have to stay with your job for a while. Definitely. I'm not saying go quit your job. But don't tell yourself you can't do something that you truly want to do, because that just closes the door and keeps you from even trying. So the first one side of the coin is knowing what your passion is. What is that thing that you really love to do? And then the second part of that, on the flip side of the coin, is what do people want that would be your target audience, that would buy from you or pay you to work for them, or whatever it is, whether you're selling a product or a service. What is the thing that your people out there are looking for? Your ideal clients, customers, what do they want? And sometimes those things are kind of out of alignment for a while. You might really, really want to do this one thing, but that might not be what your ideal client is looking for right now. It might be what they need, but it might not also be what they are looking for. So you've got to match up and align those two things to create your platform, your foundation, so that you can begin to attract into your business those clients that are looking for what you're offering. And that, my friends, is what takes some time. That's the journey. And it's not always quick and easy. But you learn a lot as you go along the journey. So take the Lego pieces, the things that you really want to do, and begin to go out and talk to people and find out, do some research. What are people looking for that might be close to alignment with what you want to do? Quick story. So I started off as a coach, and I was trying to figure this out. And I thought, well, the only thing I know is women going through midlife. And there's that transition period where they're empty nesting and they're trying to figure out what do they want to do. And I thought of that because that's what I had gone through. And my passion was to help women, and it still is, to help women really get to know who they are. And I love psychology, and I love that digging into figuring out who you are. I've always loved that. That's what I liked about teaching. That's what I liked about being a boss and helping my team, helping young people really get to know who they are. And then later it became more about women, because I see so many women who don't truly know who they are. And I went through a period of time, a long time, not knowing who I am and then discovering who I am. So that was my passion, right? And what I wanted to do was help women to bridge that gap from, in their midlife years, going from what they've always done to finding out what they really want to do. And so for a long time, I was trying to align those, but I did some, but it wasn't like matching perfectly until I stumbled upon confidence and the imposter syndrome. And I started talking about confidence and women entrepreneurs building confidence in who they are. And those two have connected pretty well. But it took me a while to get there. So what I'm doing is still pretty much the same, helping women know who they are, but how I present it and who I'm aiming for, that target audience, that second side of the coin, has adjusted a little bit and made this alignment so that I'm creating a more streamlined funnel. And this person that asked this question was also asking about that, marketing and funnels and all this stuff and getting her message out there. That's the struggle, right? So it's really hard to build funnels and all of that when you don't have those two matched up. It's also really difficult to get your message out there if you're not clear on what your message is. And in order to be clear about what your message is, you've got to line up what it is you do with who wants what you do. And then you're speaking their language to them. So there's a lot of moving pieces here, and there's a lot to learn. But I love what this person said, that they are growing and they are learning it and they're on their way. Don't get frustrated. Don't give up. Never, ever give up. Don't say you can't, because you can. And just continue to look for people to talk to and to find those people that you want to serve and ask them what is their biggest challenge around this, whatever it is that you do, right? If it's coaching or if it's consulting, I don't know, if you're creating jewelry or if you sell skincare or whatever it might be, you want to find out what your ideal client really needs and wants, and what's their challenge in that area. And as you do that, you'll begin to get narrow and narrower and more specific so that you can match those two pieces together. And then your message will become clearer and clearer because you've been putting these two together and you know now who you're speaking to about their problem and their challenge that you bring an answer to. And so it's easier to create that message and to put yourself out there. And all of this builds confidence. And it is a journey, and I know this is a big topic with not a simple answer. But I wanted to address this question because she said it sounded like a hazy concept. It's very hazy at first until you get clear on those two pieces, those two sides of the coin. So if you're not clear yet, that's what you should focus on. Be focused on what it is that you want to do and who out there might need that and what exactly are they looking for. And then how can you adjust and line the two up together and start building your foundation with your pieces, your Lego pieces. So I hope that's helpful. And one thing about getting clear on your message is, getting help with that is key, and learning how to express that and how to deliver your message in a very clear way that attracts your clients. And of course, I've been teaching a lot about that in my course, but I've got an event coming up, Storytelling Mastery, on November 6th that I would love to invite all of you to attend. It's free. There is a VIP option if you want all the recordings. There's a couple of extra sessions when you get the VIP, and you get to participate. Your name will go in a drawing to participate in the Sticky Story Showdown, which is a contest, and you can win prizes. But we are going to have fun, and it's a day that will help you begin to get clear on your message and your audience, especially if you opt for VIP, and begin to craft a story with a message. And I'm going to be teaching all about why that's so powerful. So do come to that. And there's a post in the group with a link to register. And I'm really excited. I can't wait to do it. And one more thing. This book is coming out soon. So look for some posts that will be coming out announcing the launch day of this book, The Game Changer. There I am right there. I'm one of the contributing authors. There's 20 of us in this book. This is a book full of amazing stories of entrepreneurs and things that they have overcome to get where they are. And there's some powerful stories in here, really powerful. So the launch day is November 3rd. Be watching for that. I hope that you'll buy your copy and help us make this a bestseller. And then my book will be launching in January, so you'll be hearing more about that in the coming weeks and months. So, all right, I hope you enjoyed Ask the Coach. This was a longer one than normal. Let me know what you think. If you're watching, throw a comment down there in the comment box because I can't really tell if anybody's watching. And if you have questions, send your questions to me. If you have any questions you would like me to address on Ask the Coach, send it to me, Janelle at emerginglifecoaching.com, or post it here in the group. All right. Hope you're having a fabulous evening. I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.